Yiaga Africa has called on the Independent National Electoral Commission to rise up to her responsibility by improving on the conduct of the presidential elections by delivering a free and fair gubernatorial and State House of Assembly elections. A board member of the group, Ezenwa Nwagwu, made the call in Abuja at a pre-election briefing and presentation of the third report of Election Manipulation Risk Index. Nwagwu, who urged Nigerians to turn out in their numbers to vote their preferred candidate, called on security officials to provide adequate protection for voters and arrest those who threaten the smooth conduct of the polls.
Yiaga Africa notes the deployment of election materials across the states, with at least 26 states confirming deployment of sensitive and non-sensitive materials to the local government areas of the state. While this is a positive sign, Yiaga Africa calls on the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to ensure proper coordination and communication with the transport companies and unions providing logistics support to ensure early deployment of materials and personnel to polling units on election day. This will break the trend of the late commencement of polls. Yiaga Africa is deploying a comprehensive and systematic observation of the elections, which involves deploying the parallel vote tabulation (PVT) to observe the governorship elections in 3 states of Benue, Delta, and Kano. Yiaga Africa will also be deploying stationary and roving observers to observe and report the election day process in the other 25 states. Further, at the end of polls, Yiaga Africa will be deploying observers to all local government areas and state results collation centers in all the states where elections will be conducted to observe and report on the governorship results collation process. One of the reasons behind the logistics challenges experienced during the presidential election was due to unavailability of cash, which impacted the transportation of drivers from registration area centers to polling units. This is despite the promise made by the Central Bank of Nigeria that it will make available all the needed cash for effective logistics deployment. Yiaga Africa is worried that if the challenges of scarcity of cash are not addressed, the Commission may experience further logistic challenges, which will no doubt impact the quality of the process. Yiaga Africa is concerned that the low turnout of voters of the presidential elections will be repeated for the gubernatorial elections. While INEC and others have continued to encourage voters to turn out for elections, citizen confidence in the Commission, poor voter education, along with the lingering impasse of the naira scarcity, may again impact voter turnout. INEC must ensure the shortcomings observed in the previous elections are properly addressed ahead of the governorship elections. INEC should ensure proper and consistent communication with the transport unions and companies providing logistic support to ensure early election day deployment. This also includes the need to ensure that only trained ad hoc officials are deployed on election day. Contingency plans in situations where respective transport unions companies withdraw from the contract or fail to deploy. INEC should ensure proper and timely communication with stakeholders on the election day process, challenges experienced, and immediate plans to address those challenges to inspire confidence in the process. Security personnel deployed complies with the Code of Conduct on Election Security. This includes professionalism in their conduct, arrest of electoral offenders, and respect for the rights of citizens. Yiaga Africa calls on political parties, candidates, and their supporters to commit to peaceful campaigns ahead of the election, and on election day refrain from vote buying and compromising the secrecy of the ballot. Yiaga Africa urges voters to resist efforts to purchase their votes and turn out in their numbers and vote according to their preferences on Saturday, the March 18th, and remain peaceful during election.